that is what I try to look at. I think Vidya Bharati is achieving in about, I would say, less than $1,000 a quality of education that allows students to be topper on the boards.
Wow.
Now, if you double it, they don't have technology.
Yeah.
If you make it 2,000, they will be as good as anywhere.
Wonderful.
So this gap, if you don't bridge it,
Yeah.
the gap is basically their income levels today. If they're going to be in annual $3,000, you bridge the gap, it will be $10,000.
Fantastic.
If India has to think in terms of what the Prime Minister says,
Yeah.
we have to move into the 10 trillion and whatever, etc.
Yeah.
Without this, nothing will happen.
Nothing.
Without it, it'll remain basically aspirational.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at it, India's percentage of world GDP was in 1947 to around 2%.
Right.
Even today it's around 2%.
Right.
And despite the fact our population has gone up, the highest 4 times.
Interesting.
And we are a much larger proportion of the world population today than we were in 47. But what's happened is, because we did not invest in education, we have left 90+% of Indians below their capability. I used to always start when I was running one laptop per child. Every child is born potentially an Einstein or a Gandhi or a
Yes.
Marx or Da Vinci. But we as parents and society want them to become like us.
Exactly.
So this, like, instead of like us, and also parents, when they think of children, what they think of, what they know.
Yeah.
And they, for instance, every child at one time, every parent wanted the children to be IAS officers.
Yeah.
That has disappeared.
Interesting.
Even IAS officers don't want their children
To be IAS. That's good.
And I'm speaking from experience and having spoken to many of them. They don't want their children to be IAS officers.
That makes sense.
That is called progress. That's called development.
Yeah. But you mentioned 2 things, right, when I heard you. One was that the quality of education, or you evaluated in terms of income. That was one thing you talked about. And that's where you said that, a school like Vidya Bharati, if it could have double, the cost, if you could put that into it, the children's income can go from $3,000 to $10,000. But the second, and I think almost more important part you mentioned, is that the Indian education system, whether it's private or public, is not focusing enough on encouraging the creativity and innovation, which is actually allowing a child to attain its potential. So are these 2 different goals? And how would we bridge each one of these goals?